And English Osaru, I'm sure a lot of people are surprised because normally in your videos, I thought this as well, you speak a lot of Japanese. So I'm sure a lot of people are thinking, hey, can this guy really speak English? I thought the exact same thing. And I have to say, Mr. English Osaru, you speak amazing
Thank you very much. I'm so flattered.
So props to you.
Thank you.
So English Osaru, how did you do it? How did you learn English?
Taught myself English, and I've never been abroad. Just by reading books and also having opportunities and online conversation lessons, I've learned to speak English, and I've come a long way. So that's my self-taught.
So all self-taught.
Self-taught.
You've never been to any other countries?
I've never been abroad. I've never been to any English country. That's a good reaction. Okay, thank you.
You've never even left Japan?
I've never left Japan.
Wow.
So going, and not even for a trip, not for studying abroad. That's cool.
Okay, we have to make plans. Okay. Australia trip.
Okay, Australia trip.
2023.
I'd like to go there one of these days.
For sure. So, you said you mainly learned from books and online lessons. Was there any specific books that were really helpful to you?
I use Kiku Eibenpo, which is a grammar book. So that will be helpful to establish the basics of grammar. And after that, I used Database 3000, which is the name of the vocabulary book. And also I learned pronunciation. And after that, these three key components are very important to build the basics of English. And for 3 months, I learned English very intensively.
Nice.
These three key components.
Very good, very good.
And after that, gradually, I was having more opportunity to speak English and having online conversation lessons. Also, I use in TOEIC and also ACAN. I utilize these examinations to improve my English. And also, I use many books and tons of books. I can count the number of books I've read.
That's very interesting because I think a lot of students might find it hard to learn pronunciation from a book. But how did you improve your pronunciation by using books?
The first thing I did was to learn the phonetic symbols, and after that I copied what the native speakers are saying. So I also have been watching your videos, and especially your Instagram. So you started it I think 6 years ago, maybe.
Long time ago.
Long time ago. Before I think you started your YouTube channel.
That's right.
So I've been a big fan of your videos.
Thank you.
And especially I learned about linking from your videos. And so that I became more interested in pronunciation. And also I used the book Eigo Nodo, which is written by Kazu-san. And also my pronunciation got better. So instead of using your mouth, you should use your throat. I think my iue is like a Japanese pronunciation, but in English pronunciation, aiue konnichiwa. Like this. So instead of saying konnichiwa, you should say konnichiwa. I think you should use your throat. So you should change the ways in which you pronounce words.
Interesting. I think that's such a good point because when I was first learning Japanese, even I still make the same mistakes. Konnichiwa. Boku no namae wa Rupa desu. Hajimemashite. It's like everyone thinks I'm singing a song or dancing. I've got so many Japanese friends that are like, Rupa, why you always think like you're dancing? It seems like you're dancing when you speak Japanese.
That's good.
That's just how English is. English is much more of a rhythm-based language where we put things on stress and intonation and which sounds we pronounce very lightly.
Lightly. So using our throat is the key.
I'm sure a lot of students, they're very surprised when they hear that because I'm sure that's such a shock to a lot of students. How can they start to utilize their throat?
It takes time. The first thing you have to do is relax your throat. And then after that, you just breathe in and also breathe out. It's a very difficult thing to do. So I also, that's what I teach to my students. And by doing this. I automatically do this, but I think it's been maybe 6 months or more than 6 months. It was so hard to me.
So at the start, you really had to focus and do it. But now you speak it much more naturally. So you don't even have to think about it.
It is second nature. I think it's okay to be conscious of doing it at first, but eventually you will become second nature.
Fantastic. I'll tell you this, Mr. Osaru. One of my fastest learning students was a singer.
A singer, They learn English, I think, based on music or something.
Exactly. Because a singer, they kind of use their body as an instrument. And I actually watched one of your recent videos about the lies in English.
Lies in English.
And it talked a little bit about this. And I connected the dots. I was like, wow, if you think more about yourself as an instrument producing the sounds, it's much more easier to get used to that rhythm, get used to that stress. Yeah, I think
English is very similar to music. So.
exactly.